First time. That was weird. But welcome to the Black Club. I'm your host, B Note. Got a guest on the show today, Trent Johnson. He back again. What's up with it, bro? Glad to have you back. Have you back. We've been uh having a lot going on here lately, man. It's a lot. We done missed a lot we gotta catch up on. I'm trying to get this set up on here. Ain't showing. Y'all hit that like, hit that subscribe. What's up, Dwayne? Oh man, Dwayne in there. There you go. What's up, man? How you doing? Dwayne been this dude. Hey, ever since I've been doing these lives, I started with another guy, and I've been like having different people. Dwayne has been one dude that has stuck with this show. He been with it. Yeah, he been consistent.
That's what's up, bro. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Shout out to Dwayne, man.
Who's you can use. I know you ain't got too long too. I don't know if you saw this, but this was crazy. We still catching up. Texas man shot at barbershop by his baby mama.
Uh, that's crazy work. I was seeing a little bit of, I don't know, I saw a lot of stories behind that one. Said that he stole her ideal about something, and then I heard something about some, because he was the one that was doing the credit thing, right? They said I just heard rumors that she had the idea first, and he, you know what I'm saying, stole it, ran with it. Then I also heard that something about some STD or HIV or something like that. And that's what, like I said, I was hearing rumors, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
Uh the barber, like nobody in there saw her coming. That's what tripped me out.
But you don't know how she might have came up in there. You know what I'm saying?
Looking like a
I mean, she knew what she was, it was premeditated. You know what I'm saying? She probably came up in there for one thing and one thing only, handled her business. And I just don't understand, like, bro, how bad could it have been for you to do that then off yourself?
deal with the consequences knowing what she had did. So if she did it that quick, that was her plan too off herself after doing it.
Because it just boom, 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 boom. You knew where he was at. You pulled up. You didn't shoot nobody else. You shot him, bam. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, it's just like, dang, bro.
Went straight for him.
That's why I always tell people, I don't want a man that's that obsessed with me or that in love with
No.
me like that.
Nah, that's scary. That's scary. Uh, like having somebody that in love with you, that infatuated with you, they'll do anything to keep you and to keep somebody else from getting you. Anything, including taking you out and taking themselves out. That's
I
crazy.
don't know. I guess I can't wrap my head around it because I've never gotten to that point, or I've never was that infatuated or in love with somebody like that. Like that's crazy, bro.
That's something I've never thought about even doing. Like, shit, if I can't have you, ain't nobody gonna have you.
That type of time, man. You ain't with it, I'm gonna let you go. Simple as that. Go ahead. And if you want to go, go ahead. That's fine by me. Go on about your business.
This, I mean, this is serious. This is a whole nother level.
No.
I wonder if they're gonna ever release them. Because right now, what I'm seeing, they keep saying all the articles I'm pulling up, they saying that no motive has been found. But they ain't gonna tell like what if it was like what you were saying. They're not gonna put that out there. Cause
Social media.
it be true. Social media be spreading the word of mouth.
It might be a little messy, but it might be a little truth behind it.
I got another one too. I know you saw this one. The dad was under fire for running off and leaving his son to be abducted.
I don't know.
Out. Him and the baby mama set it up. I was like, what? Yeah, they in jail now. They locked up. They set it up.
Whoa. See, I didn't know that.
Like some money. From what I read, he owed somebody for some drugs that he had got and was supposed to sell and didn't you can't smoke your own supply. You can't be smoking and then trying to sell too because it just ain't going. Mm-mm. And so that's what from what I read he was doing and ended up on the dude. With him, the baby mama, and that's the brother that grabs the little boy in the white shirt. That's his brother. That's crazy. Like
Now, what got me, okay, so the first video came up. I'm like, okay, I see the little boy, he riding his bike and the car bags up, and you know what I'm saying? That I saw that. Then they came out with a different angle. That's when I had seen the dad the way and that's I was like, who? You just left your kid out there? Because if it's mine, I'm a die trying. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to take me out. But yeah, that different angle showed everything. Yeah.
it said two other people has also been arrested tied to that. One of the two.
I'm just trying to put it in perspective, right? I'm just trying to make it make sense. Why, like, what was the purpose of the fake kidnapping?
What was you gonna try to do? Get fake ransom money? Like I don't. What was you? I guess he thought that was gonna get them some sympathy or buy him some time or something. Or I don't know what the plan was with kidnapping the little boy. Like what was that gonna do for you? Or what? Unless you was planning on selling it. You- Shoot, the way he took out scared. That little boy like he didn't know.
Did some shit like that to you, bro? I would be trying. I would. I don't even know if I'd be able to forgive my parents for no shit like that.
There ain't no way. Ain't no way
Scared to death.
Oh, he had autism and cerebral palsy. Hold on. Oh no, 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 no. What the hell is this? This done flipped to something else. I don't know why it went to a whole different article. Now, I don't get that, bro. Like, what getting the son kidnapped? What's purpose did that serve? What was it gonna do?
Or
I'm trying to find about it, but they ain't really going too deep into that.
Baltimore, Milwaukee. Yeah, that's weird. That's diabolical, bro.
It don't matter what you owe. That's low as hell. Like to put your child in that. Yeah, that's now he gonna have to deal with that for the rest of his life because the internet is forever. So when he grow up, That's definitely gonna be shown to him. Man, remember your parents did this to you? He gonna probably be like, "What?" Imagine seeing that, and you like 16. You know what I'm saying? And you like, damn, they did me like that. I wouldn't want to be around.
Can't fathom that.
I wouldn't even want to be nowhere near parents. Especially my daddy. Once I see that video and see that nigga take off running in the house,
Back to
he
even
didn't try to grab him, didn't try to nothing. He just straight and locked the door. And locked the door. That's the fucked up part. Yeah, both of them locked up right now. And two more people. I guess that's the brother and the person that was driving. Mm-mm-mm. Uh, we got another one. A man had opened fire on a church in Kentucky, killed unaliving two people. I forgot you got to start saying that now. You know these platforms getting strict on the talking. But yeah, so two people were unalived and three others, including a Kentucky state trooper, involved in a shooting. One suspect at Bluegrass Airport and a church in Lexington. The man, his name was Guy House. You know, that's not us. Had a long. Yeah, that means yeah. Most likely that's us. That's the thing. Shooting in a church earlier this year. I want to say like North Carolina or somewhere like that. Like it's
like the Carolinas, Virginia.
them bluegrass states. Say he went on a crime spree and ended with three people injured, three people dead, including himself. He shot and injured a state trooper who tried to pull him over. He carjacked another person in a part of town. Like he was on he and when they tested him, he tested positive for meth. Of course, he probably had been up shit 3, 4 days, starting to see them shadow people and shit.
It ain't funny, but it's just
It's just like, man, this is starting to become so normal now. People are getting numb to it. And that's the problem with it.
part of it. This is not normal, man.
More and more. And it's like ever since COVID and they shut the country down, everybody had to stay in the house. When they let everybody back out, the people didn't come back out right.
Mm.
It's getting more and more we get along. Mental illness is just, and you start to see it a lot more, and it's like it's being accepted more and more on social media.
Or it could have been an underlying issue and people just now maybe bring it to light. You know what I'm saying?
Babysitter accused of beating young boys with a belt in the Bronx. She was black, the boys was white. Babysitter arrested for allegedly abusing the young boys in her care. Her name was Lakeisha Jackson, 24, charged with 4 counts of assault.
Lakeisha Jackson. How old was the white dudes?
Yep, yep. She beat him 58 times.
Whoa.
What I ain't never. I don't care how many kids you can have. 10 kids. It should be no 58 strikes involved in that. That's a lot of. She was swinging for a long time. She slammed once, huh?
Statements that said why she did it or what she was whooping them for?
No, not on this one. It just says that she used a belt to beat him, struck him 58 times. She slammed one child into a bed and struck another with a hanger. She also used and she did it while she was wearing a clown mask. I'm on. This
No, I'm
is
saying
in
what is happening?
this is in the Bronx, New York. What the bro? Wearing she had a clown mask on, beating these kids, terrorizing them.
That's what it sounds like. Like she is scaring them. Like she acting like as if she a serial killer or something.
Who would what kind of person in their right mind does some shit like that? She had them with their shirts off. I'm looking at a picture now, and she had them like in front of the bed like this with their hands behind their backs and their boxers with their shirts off. Like this is some. They got it off the nanny cam.
Oh, is it showing the actual beating?
And in front of them, and you can see like the mask around her. It's because it's from the back. And so you could tell she got some on her face, and they standing in front of the bed. She got two of them in front of the bed right there. I don't see the third one. 2-year old. That's and they say she had been watching them for months, had been beat. Oh, it do show the beating. Oh, it was a video. Hold on. So she unrolled the belt, had him between her legs and pinned on the bed and was tanning all in his back and everything.
But we got whoopings too though. But that's a little excessive. That's some weird stuff going on. That's true too.
Look, she just yeah, the 2-year old, she just pulled his pants down and just went to whipping him. Yeah. Then she took the backpack off. Oh, she took that off so she can get better aim. She went to whooping him again. Took it off so she can whoop him better, cause I guess the backpack was in the way. Bro, what the like mental illness. Like you really got to be careful who you hire. She was vetted by ACS. They fired her, of course, but just think about that. They did background checks, all of that on her, and she passed. But they can't check this. This is the one thing they can't do no tests on. But she got them lined up like they in the military or something. And then she doing the belt like this in their faces, and you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
Hmm. I don't even know. I don't know what to say about that one. That's strange there.
Locked up.
Yeah. Right.
8-year-old boy saved his family from a burning house. You see that? So the U.S. city, let me see, Virginia. It was in Virginia. A city in Virginia has awarded a hero's proclamation to a 12-year-old boy who rescued his grandmother and two younger siblings from a fire that burned their house down. His name was Ramir Parker. He, let's see, heard a strange noise in his family home. This was June 3rd. Went downstairs and realized there was black smoke all throughout the house. He ran directly to get his brothers, and he realized his granny was still inside. So he left out, took his brothers out, went back in and got his granny, 12 years old. Yeah. Dang, he got everybody out by himself. Yeah, for real. That was a blessing because that could have been bad. This could have been a totally different story. 1 and 2. He had to pick, so he had to carry them. So he picked both of them up at the same time, ran them out. He said he fitted them inside. I could fit them inside my arms and ran outside the house. Then he thought about his granny and ran back in the house.
To have that type of bravery, that type of yeah, man, that's nah, no. Shout out to him, man.
Sure, the only thing that matters is I got my little brothers out and my grandma out the house. That's some bravery right there. Yeah, we had to bring a little light to that, highlight that right there, something like that. That's
That's what's up.
I had saw on Twitter. It was a topic that was trending, and it was somebody had made a post and was asking, "Do black men appreciate it?" What are your thoughts on that? Do you feel like black men are appreciated or underappreciated?
Mm, from the black women or just like from who? Like
I was going. That's the angle I was gonna take right there with what you saying, because it depends on who you asking. Because if it's black women, then they gonna say, "Oh, we overappreciate it." But if it's anybody else, they appreciate us. But it's our own women who don't for some reason.
you said, it just depends on what audience we're talking about. I can say that I just feel like men as a general, I just feel like sometimes we get we are unappreciated in certain ways. Uh, I guess because it's almost like, and don't get me wrong, like I feel like a man supposed to do what a man does. You know what I'm saying? And ought to do. I don't think that things that you're supposed to be doing, you shouldn't get praises for something that you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I just feel like in some aspects, though, I think that we do get the end of the stick of things. You know what I'm saying? That's where I come to where I feel like some men are, or most men are not appreciated. Um, and I also feel like a lot of times that our feelings are not taken in consideration. Or you're a man, you're not supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Like, of course, you want a strong man. You want a leader that has a backbone. You don't want a weak man. I don't know no woman that want a weak man. I wouldn't, if my father was weak, I wouldn't want to follow after him. You know what I'm saying? You're a weak man. Like, how can I follow somebody like that? But I get it, but at the same time, I just feel like we're human too. We have emotions, we have feelings, we have all these things as a regular person does. Like, doesn't don't count us out. You know what I'm saying? But I think for the most part, in today's society, I feel like I want to say maybe 50-50. I did a little bit of research. I do like the research that I've done, like a lot of males commit suicide. A lot in high numbers. Um, and I feel like this is resulting back to, like you said, just feeling unappreciated, feeling like just trying to carry everything. And then to me, it seems like the ones that you love the most and the ones that you do it for, it's the one that don't that you expect and appreciate it, don't even, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, I'm breaking my back and sweat and tears for you, and I can't even get a thank you, thank you. You know what I'm saying? So I think generally, I think I would say we deserve more appreciation. I mean, and I'm not trying to take too long, but I mean, this goes to show, like, just I'm telling you, it's all this stuff is statistics, right? They do the numbers. When it comes to Father's Day, it's not a whole lot of money spent on that day. But if you go to Mother's Day, it's they quadruple. You know what I'm saying? It's just stuff, look stuff like that, and it shows you right there the number. It's proof in the pudding that But we don't really complain too much. You know what I'm saying? We just like it's all good, and we keep it pushing. But I had a moment the other day where I just was like, man, like it's crazy how much work I put in, bro, and it's just going unnoticed almost. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Agree with you. I think that, but I think it's the everyday 9 to 5 working man that's the most underappreciated, because society has made everybody think all men have to be this high value or whatever that is. Kevin Samuels used to say this high value man, and so everybody is looked at like if you ain't making $100,000 or more, you're not doing nothing. And I think that's what's become the problem, because it used to be the man that had a job. Because when I was coming up, I remember when you got a job, everybody acted like it was just the best thing in the world. They were like, shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, but now to say you got a job, you got a job. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't valued the same. Yeah, how much you make? Oh, you only making 40,000 a year or 50,000. That ain't shit. When the average man in America makes 40,000 a year. But I think that's what it is. Like this whole social media era, all of this shit done got everybody's minds twisted into valuing things that are of no value. Nobody cares about character. No, all they care about is what we can provide now. That's it. It comes down to material.
It's built off condition. What you like you said, what you could provide, you know what I'm saying? When
No scrubs. You couldn't even be riding in the passenger side of your homeboy car back in the day. Then then you got Nelly. I mean not Nelly, but Neo and all these Beyonce and who else? Webby did the independent songs, had the women thinking being independent was the way to go. But they ain't realizing, well, if you independent, who are you being independent from? The black man. So that's a lot of that way of thinking, I believe, is what changed the outlook towards the everyday working black man.
definitely think, and I think we spoke a little bit about this before. The social media world have definitely made a huge impact on the world. But like I said before, I think it's also about the music that we listen to. Like you just got done mentioned, the independent, all these people saying this and saying that. If you just sit back and just pay attention, right, and just pay attention to what you do throughout the day, besides working, what you doing? You on your phone, you scroll. Then if you get tired of that, you might, man, let me cut on some music. You cut on some music. Those are the number one or two things that you're definitely gonna do every single day. Every single day. So it's just like, remember, you was asking me what do I feel like it could change? I think it can, but I think that right there, especially the music, got to start with more positive music, more love, you know what I'm saying? More peace. But the crazy part about it is, bro, like nowadays, when you listen to music, they don't want to hear that. That's lame to them. Like you being lyrical, you being, you know what I'm saying? That's trash.
Did love become lame? When did wanting to love a woman and sing about loving women and doing shit the right way? We used to have some, like we grew up on songs about getting married. You know what I'm saying? It was different in our music than what everything today is about sex. If they ain't talking about fucking in their song, they talk about breaking up and motherfuckers ain't shit. or getting money for for sex. But it all boils down to sex. Black men, the brunt of it, if that's the word I want to use. But the thing is, a lot of that is because they conditioned our women to think that they were above us. No other culture is like that. No other culture where the women think they above the men. It's just us. It's just us. But like you said, that was part of the conditioning.
And a Willie Lynch.
It was
Then
the
so.
agenda. I got our next segment. It's called Pass the Aux. And this is where I think you remember where we do go like two artists and we go song for song. I think music nowadays is pretty trash because everything became over sexualized. Yeah. Yeah. All our songs back in the day, Boys to Men, Jagged, they was talking about love. R. Kelly, even R. Kelly, where he kind of brought in that sex era too, but uh MJ, all of them was talking about love. Let's see, pretend like we don't, just to filter through the crumbs.
I feel him on that. Like, even I'm sorry to cut you off. Even in my everyday day life, it's like I know what I got to offer. I know what type of income, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like I pretend to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Places I go to, I dress a certain way because I don't want, what I'm saying? Like I dress down on purpose. I might just wear like a hoodie and some sweats or something. But I don't really like oh boy say, a lot of us pretend like we don't got it because that's how you find out who is really for you and not just around you. Because these days, everybody is so materialistic and everybody out trying to get a lick of whatever they can get for themselves. And so when you in a certain position, you have to be extra careful about who you got around you because you don't know no motives. You don't know what the motive is for people. Like, are you genuinely around me or are you just trying to see what you can get?
that's a lot of shots in the water. So, like you said, you definitely got to, man. But the thing with me is I do like to dress nice when I go out. You know what I'm saying? But but me, I'm so, you know what I'm saying, player. Like I'm just upfront with everything. Like, this ain't that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't on. I tell them like, yeah, I'll do this and do that, but only if, you know what I'm saying, if I'm messing with you like that. You know what I'm saying? Only if we on that type of time. I don't do this for everybody. Everybody don't get, you know what I'm saying, the privilege to, you know what I'm saying, get this or that. But it's just like you said, it's so hard dating nowadays because you just and if you get, you get too like not defensive, but if you get too like covered up, like, you know what I'm saying, you potentially miss out on a good woman, you know what I'm saying, or a good man, vice versa if you're a woman, because you thinking everybody on that same type of time, but it's so many sharks. I remember Muhammad Ali was they had asked him a question about, you think all whites bad? And he was like, no, I don't think all whites bad. He said, but you got to look at it this way. If it's a bunch of snakes, 1,000 snakes out of there, and out of those 1,000 snakes, 100 of them good. You know what I'm saying? And they trying to get it. They all trying to get a dough. Is you gonna let that door open and try to let some of them 100 snakes get in versus?
Yeah, you gonna keep all 1,000 of them out there. You know.
So it's just like sometimes it be like that, bro. That's why I'm kind of like very observant. I'm very attentive to things. I watch people, you know what I'm saying? I read the room and everything like that, bro, before I even entertain it for real.
Even get to that point. While we on the phone, I'm asking you certain questions for certain reasons,
Too.
and I ain't even letting you asking them. Cause these days, man, women, you gotta be careful, even with
It's,
what you say, because it can be taken out of context and used in a way. Look at look at Shannon. He had to settle that 50 million.
Into that. I don't know if that was a topic of discussion, but he did get some money up.
50 million.
See, I ain't even know. I thought it was just like came to the conclusion that everything was consensual. This, that, and the third, and they settled basically like to dismiss it. I didn't know if he settled to pay the
I think he just settled it to get it on out the way. You know, a lot of them do that now. Do you remember when Ice T was big boy? Yeah, I remember that. But Soldier Boy is one of the ones that started that dance movement, and you know what I'm saying? Because before then, wasn't nobody really dance. We was dancing, but we wasn't dancing and doing choreographed ass shit, you know, to songs.
choreograph type of shit.
Yeah. Oh shit! Now for our next segment, I forgot we had moved to the next segment. We had got on this. You know, when we get to talk about shit like that, it'd be hard to. But we got Boosie versus Webby tonight. You said Webby was a good match for Boosie, so we go find out. We go find out. The first song we got Zoom from Boosie, and you got 612s from Webby. Everybody likes Zoom. Zoom. That was one of Boosie's big hits before he started. You know, once he started taking off, it came with that with Young Jock. That was number one for him. I got 612. That's my shit. But boy, the thing with Bill Belichick, uh, but his girl ain't suing him. You know what I'm saying? Like she got, and plus it seemed like hell she run more of the relationship than than Bill. But it's true. When you speak of the age difference, they don't say nothing about white men when it's because a lot of white men be like you. If you see that look at Hollywood, you see a lot of white men, older 60, 50 years olds with 20, 30-year-old women. But soon as Shannon did it, but he messed up because look, in my opinion, and me and somebody at work was talking about this the other day. I think if he would have been messing with some little young black girl, you know what I'm saying? Like if you gonna go that rap, but if they would have been black, they wouldn't have been saying nothing because they wasn't gonna mess their money up. I don't think so. You don't really hear too many black women claiming this on you know what I'm saying, like on dudes and shit like that. Most of them I already know they be willing. Uh boils down to it's always about money. As I said, like for you to get bamboozled like this by this, and she wasn't even worth it. What the fuck was he doing? I'm like, bro, you Shannon Sharp. You can get all these beautiful black women. You can get all any color, really, and that's what you chose.
I don't know what's wrong. That's what I'm saying. Like, when dudes that ain't used to having a lot of women, or you know what I'm saying, they do stuff like that.
It ain't black, and that's all it was. Is because she wasn't black. He wouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? That's all. If you think about it, that's all it made.
He talk about like he talk about what's
If that came out or whatever, she ex girlfriend that claim he did something to her back in the day. Fake lawyer because I saw. Yeah, Tony Busby. I did a video on TikTok. I might have put it on YouTube too about Tony Busby. I did a little something about him because he's the same one that went after Deshaun Watson. He's the same one went after Jay-Z. He's the same one that anytime it's a sexual assault case against a celebrity, it's Tony Busby behind it. But they yeah, he
Oh,
never had no names. Like this girl is the first one that actually had a name on hers. All the 60 some women with Deshaun, it was never a name. The girl with Jay-Z ended up being a lie. Her own boyfriend came out and said she tried to get him to lie. Tony, I don't see how Tony Busby still even a lawyer. He keep losing. What he won this one, but he lost twice with the Deshaun case. He lost at the Supreme Court twice, but Deshaun still see they still settle. And as long as they set, I don't give a damn if I win the case. I'm still getting this money.
yeah. That's all he probably worried about.
But I'm gonna go with 612s.
You on that one?
Bankroll, and you got Webby. I, Independent. I just don't like this song for what it did to black women, but can't deny the impact the song had though. It was a big song.
Packed in the bankroll.
Man,
Do you know
when
what that?
when when that song came on, every female in the club thought she was a 10.
Home and seeing that video. Yeah.
Go with Independent on that one. It was bigger. It was a bigger song than Bankroll. We got Swerve by Boosie. That motherfucker James. Swerve,
Oh,
right? So, and then you got My People by Webby. I got my people with it. I got it. Oh, ooh, Swerve, right? Crazy. I was just listening to My People the other day, and I was like, damn, that whole jam. I'm gonna go. Ooh, shit. I'm gonna go with Swerve. Nice. Why you think?
what you think, Dwayne?
Yeah, chat.
What's the chat talking about, man?
Y'all
What
think it,
y'all
chat?
think?
Y'all done got quiet on us. Who all in here? You still in here? I see Dwayne still in here. Scrooge might be done dip. I know on the East Coast it's 12, so some of them might be done went to bed.
Um, fall up in the spot. Get my swerve on. Uh, dang, bro. I think I'm gonna have to go with Swerve. I think I'm gonna have to go with Swerve just because I ain't gonna lie. Just riding like I can, you know what I'm saying? And that beat,
He say somebody keep breaking up.
dang, I'm gonna go with Swerve on that one. I'm gonna go with Swerve. I
What I
like my
say.
people too, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Swerve.
All right. Boosie, give me that. That was Boosie, right? That was yeah. I wonder why this. I thought so. That's why I'm like, why is that? Oh no, I'm reading. Okay. Give me that. No, G shit is next for Webby. G shit for Webby. Boosie is Mind of a Maniac.
I'm gonna go with G shit. You like, yeah.
It don't matter if you got some actual 12s or 10s or just your factory speakers in your car. It's gonna hit.
Make me wanna, you know what I'm saying? Get on it. Yeah. Mind of a Maniac was it was cool. I like Mind of a Maniac, but I ain't gonna lie, like I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah, a lot of the songs. I don't want to say it like that, but a lot of the songs Boosie did. RG3. What's his situation? Talking about with Angel Reese. I got a lot to say about that. We got
He's a he's a yeah. I was trying to think, I was trying to think of, but yeah,
well, see,
he
look, check this out. I got a coworker that went to school with RG3. I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't want nobody to him trying to send nobody after me. But so when they was at Baylor, it was four of them in a car. RG3 in the front, dude in the back, my homeboy in the back, another dude in the back. The car was stolen. RG3 them knew it. They get pulled over. The school make the two in the back take the case because they were third. One was a third string or fourth string receiver. The other one like a third string DB. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't a starter. Yeah, RG3 is only in the league now because they took them charges for him. Yeah, him and the dude in the front. The two in the back never even knew the car was stolen. They just had got in. Dude, because we got to talking about it somehow. He can't. He fuck RG3. I'm like, damn, what he do? Man, I went to school with that bitch ass nigga in Baylor, man. He started telling me the story. He was like, yeah, I got kicked out. So here's that, because when you the start a team and all that shit, they not finna slap on the wrist for him. So somebody had to take it. Man, when he got to telling me that story, at first I was like, man, you lying. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he was, because he was passionate about that. Like it just happened yesterday. You know what I'm saying? You know how long it's been since he was at Baylor.
yeah. I think with RG3, I think he definitely on some coonery shit for real.
Do all this talking about Angel Reese, but a lot of his stuff is not based on journalism. It's based on opinions because you saying what you think she feel. You don't know if she don't like Caitlin Clark or not. You don't know if Caitlin Clark don't like her because ain't now one of them ever spoken to your lame. But you saying you think that's how she feel, and that ain't right. That girl might not have no problems with her.
I think it's just a game of basketball. I mean, and him being an athlete, he should know that.
Where the WNBA is now is where the NBA was at when Magic and Bird came in. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese is the new version of Magic and Bird. So what's finna come next is Jordan. You finna have that might be Paige, it might be Juju, but you're gonna have that next person to take it to another level after what Caitlin and Angel Reese done did. That's why them asking for money and shit. It's kind of funny to me because it's like y'all league ain't even profitable. I get y'all asking for more money, but you got to change the aspect of the league first. The reason why the NBA makes so much money, the NFL baseball, is because it has a family aspect to it. People want to take their kids to it. Don't nobody want to take their daughters to go watch the WNBA because I don't want my daughters being like 90% of the women in the league. You see the stud buds that just got denied getting in the club, like y'all got wife beaters on and like who want to watch that?
If they put more pretty girls in the league, they people probably, you know what I'm saying?
Go out there and watch Brittany Griner. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just being real.
Men is already
That's where
got a league.
they messing up because they trying to be like the NBA. You're not gonna be the dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like be the women. Have your own league, stand your own league at, and maybe people will start watching. And when people start watching, you'll start getting more money. RG3 called somebody a jigaboo on national TV. How is he still? I thought he got fired. Didn't he get fired? Got a little
Podcast or
podcast
something.
now, but
And I think he
Huh.
wound up getting it settled. Like, I think he wound up getting like a big contract, a big sponsorship or something, where he making decent money now.
Boosie versus How You Riding, Webby. How you ride, bad bitch? Dee, doo. That's
Down is right. That's Fox song, but
see,
Boosie gets so much credit for that song.
that's what I don't It's under
And
Boosie when you look it up. Yeah, like when I looked it up, all the Boosie songs, his name is first on there. Then it's got featuring. I'm like, I thought when we grew up, this was Fox song.
Boosie on the remix. You know what I'm saying?
It's out the equation, and then gave the song to Boosie because he the bigger name.
I don't notice. You know what I'm saying? I'm just assuming. I don't ever really see Fox put up no pictures, no Boosie showing. You know what I'm saying? I don't even see a whole lot of pictures with him and Webby for real. I know they had a falling out, but
Forgot they had that falling out. What was that about?
I don't know because I remember watching one interview. The interview that I saw was just them like shaking hands for the first time. It never really say why they fell out or you know what I'm saying. But and even to this day, I don't really see them interact with each other a whole lot. But
Never had Webby on none of them no more.
I don't know what. He sound like an old dude trying to rap now.
He, I don't know. It's like he got older than everybody else for some reason, but he's still the same age. But it's like he just got a little older. Like he ain't like the grandpa now or some shit. Boosie be tripping. We got Crazy versus Bad Bitch. I want a bad bitch. Dun, 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 dun. If you a bad bitch. Dun. That one, I didn't really like that one too much.
He ain't like Bad Bitch what?
Nah, that was one of his ones. I didn't really like that one.
I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pistol whip that nigga for fun. What he say? What he say? Boy. Yeah. We got Set It Off. You know that motherfucker was a classic. And we got What's Happening.
I'm gonna go with Set It Off. Set It Off is that. It's an anthem. That's an anthem, bro.
Pulled up to a light. I was in Frisco and I'm bumping Set It Off. I had my windows down and I see the car next to me. They was younger, but I didn't realize they was gonna know the song. They were like, "Hey, turn that up." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I said, "Damn, Boosie still got it like that." Okay, Boosie still do his thing.
Yeah, Set It
Too
Off. That's
cool.
an anthem right there, boy. Yeah.
You got Better Believe It. I think that's the one that was with Jeezy, right? And you got Like That by Webby. Mm, you better believe it. But wasn't that Jeezy song? No, that was Boosie featuring.
Jeezy jump.
That was Boosie featuring Jeezy. Okay, okay, okay. Jeezy was hot for a minute too, though.
I'll probably have to go with I'll probably have to go with Like That.
I was thinking that because I mean, Better Believe It was all right, but it wasn't. I don't know, something about that song. It just if I listen to it once, I don't care to hear it no more. You know what I'm saying? That's just how that one is.
Terms. And like that, that gonna make some women get up. You know what I'm saying?
What do you say? What you say, Dwayne? Feel like dudes nowadays are so weird because you get called a simp. So I just be like, so you want me to treat a woman like shit? That's a good point. You can't win these days for being a man. If you treat her, if you do everything and all that, you a simp. You making it hard for real niggas. Then if you don't, you a womanizer, misogynist. You hate women. You hate your mama. You hate your sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You either give them all or give them nothing.
So I mean, do you feel at this point? You don't have to answer this question because we is live, but in the chat, Dwayne, you can respond to this as well. Do you feel like at this point, are you okay with dating outside of your race? Would you do it again?
Ooh. Uh, mm. You know what's crazy? I've never dated a white girl. My granny always, and that's because of my granny growing up. She always told me, you can bring any woman in here, but don't bring no white woman in my house.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like after I started doing this, the Black Club, and doing like all the research and stuff I've been doing, I really been feeling like black women and black men should be together. But then the more that I've been like researching and studying this shit, and I'm seeing like, damn, it makes you wonder, like, do black women hate us? Because you see a lot of the video, but it's a small percentage, but the way social media make it seem like it's bigger than what it is. You know what I'm saying? But as far as I don't in my opinion, I don't want to, but I wouldn't say no because I fuck around and miss out on the motherfucker that's supposed to be my wife. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on the chick. I think I would again. I don't know about a white girl. I don't know. And you know what's crazy? I was telling I said it mess around and be a white girl what I marry. After all this time, I be like, I don't want no white girl. I ain't never wanted no white girl. And then fuck around marry her. What about you? Would you? Have you ever dated outside your race?
I've dated Hispanic, I've dated white, I've dated, but this don't really count. I finna say I dated a Blasian chick, but that's pretty much. Well, her dad was black, but her mom was Asian. Yeah, but I would. Um, do you think that other race? Let me ask you this because we're going back to the first. I think one of the first questions you asked. Do you think that other race of women appreciate black men more than black women, or? Race black.
It makes it hard for black women because they are put in a position, not all of them, but most of them, and like you say, it's guilty by association. But most of them still, love black men and all of that, but they're not loud. They're not loud enough. It's the other ones that's louder than them, and that's the reason why everything is being flipped. I was watching Kevin Samuels the other day. I was watching a video of his. I don't know how it popped up. Somebody else started a channel for him or something. Then they were doing a video. And so I'm sitting there listening to a lot of it, and it was like, damn, they the thing with black women, they are really delusional about life and the expectations of life. They were sleeping pretty white boys like Brad Pitt or the dude from Sign. Yeah, it's okay when a black woman go with a white man, but when a black man date outside the race is the problem. That's the thing I hate about it. But I think that because and then another thing I learned too, black men don't need black women for the black community to continue. Because anytime we have a baby with somebody, it's technically considered black. We the only race on this earth that can wipe out every other race with our dick. All we gotta do is have babies and you know what I'm saying, keep it going. So I think that black women are in a state now to where they gotta really be careful. They gotta really watch some shit because if we don't date them, nobody else will. Ain't nobody else gonna, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Just what, 20 years ago, everybody hated to be with a black man, but the black woman was up here put on a pedestal, and now it's like it's been black men have taken this time to completely change the image of the black man. Now you had a young one still doing, the shit, but 35 and up, we done changed the so that's why a lot of the other races have made us the number one desire because they like, hold on, these dudes they ain't like what we was told by our parents growing up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, if you a black woman, you better get on your shit because black men now don't have to deal with it no more. And that's the difference. We don't have to. And now a lot of more black men are choosing.
Say, well, if a white woman say the same thing that a black woman said, the black woman get looked at down, but the white woman or any other race to say the same thing, they don't get. Now, in some aspect, I do feel like black women are like, but going back to like you said with us, yeah, it was at one point in time on TV, social media, whatever. Not even social media. I would just say on TV because that was the news and everything. All you see was dudes with their pants sagging, the gang bangers, this and that, woo wah. And it made all black men look a certain way. Even if, like, I got dreads. Man, just the other night, bro, I was at Commentator. No, I wasn't. I was at Sidecar Social. It was a white dude in there, and I just got there. I'm cool. Like I'm not dressed, got my pants, I'm cool. So I sat down and I could tell the dude had a couple of drinks, but we at a bar. I mean, of course. So actually, when I first came, I was looking for a seat, and it was kind of like it was like a person then two seats, then a person in two seats. For some odd reason, it was just like that. So I was with somebody. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm like, hey, is somebody sitting right here? He just looked at me. I'm like, hey, is somebody sitting right here? And just look. So me being me, I just grabbed the chair anyway. I said, my whoever's with, I said, yeah, I haven't seen you before. So I sat down. Ah, man, I'm just messing with you, man. What's up? What's up? And I turned, I looked, and he was like that. And I was just like, what's up? I turned back around. The person that was with was like, I think he's trying to get a high five. I said, I know what he's trying to do. I'm good, though. And then he said, man, I know you, bro. And I turned back around. I said, "Know me? You don't know me." I said, "Where you know me from?" He said, "You look like a person that will whoop my ass." That's what he said. And I said, "Nah, bro, I ain't even on that type of time." But I think it was just the fact that I had my dreads. I'm not a very big guy, but I'm not a small guy either. But it was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, this motherfucker, like, he'll beat my ass right now. So let me stop playing. And he still had it. I was like, nah, Brian ain't on that type of time. I just said, nah, I'm good, bro. You good? So eventually he kind of left me alone. But I could tell like he kind of been under the influence. So I just left him alone. But the person that was with me, she was kind of like, had an eye. I was like, nah, I wouldn't. Even sometimes she be like that. She be like, nah, you look like you don't play no games. You know what I'm saying? I gotta watch it. I was like, no, I'm cool. Like I'm not. Trust me, you'll know if I'm on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? But nah, it just goes back to that yeah, we do get stereotyped, man. We get looked at a certain way. But like you said, I think the narrative have changed a little bit. And I think it's because us, our age group and kind of to change things. And then just growing up, a lot of, my white guy friends, it was all cool, man. We wasn't on that, racist stuff. It was like, I help you out, you help me out, type of thing. But and I'm not talking down on black women. I'm just only speaking facts and you know what I'm saying? And what it's just nowadays, like we're going back to the music and stuff like that. It's just like we were saying earlier, we have to pretend or just do certain things pretty that's outside of the norm because we prefer black women, but whenever we in these certain settings and stuff like that, it's just like, man, like I said, it's like shark infested waters. Like I don't know who's a good woman. I don't. It's hard to tell. You know what I'm saying? And most good women don't even be out like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't.
Them on social media. But then there's so many dudes that's in their inbox, they ain't trying to respond that way. It's a race war. What side your white friend?
Only only time to tell. I don't think nothing is wrong with because I asked this one dude. He said he's a white guy. He said he wasn't racist, but he do believe in And I said I don't think that's racist. Yeah, he just feel like people should stick.
With white people, they have to feel like that. No offense towards white people and nothing like that, but they are the recessive gene. So anytime they have a baby with anybody else, they're going to take that nationality. So they have to have it with each other in order to keep their population going. That's why they having more deaths than births now. That's it's a lot I can get into with that.
Yeah, declining. They're not like you said. They're not having more.
Africans coming over here, the white South Africans. And so I did a video about the declining rate, and they had predicted. So in 1995, I believe it was, they did a study. And so the study had by 2045, they were supposed to start declining. Then they redid one in 2015 and it was 2030. They had lost 15 years. So they was like, oh shit. So that's why they shut the country down, COVID. They came with they got rid of the abortions because 33% of abortions are white women. And that's a bigger number when you do per capita than black women because it ain't as many as it is white women. So then you got rid of DEI because a lot of white women, 78% of them benefited from the DEI and they was at work. So Trump said, no, take y'all ass back home and I'm gonna give you $5,000 to have new babies because we need to build this white population back up. And so they really have to stick with each other. They don't have no choice. Cause if not, it won't be too many years. They gonna last. Black women get jealous. They see like a famous black man like Michael B. Jordan with a white girl. Oh man. They if they see one of the if Denzel would have been with a white woman, there's no way he would be regarded the way he is now.
If you did study him, he actually declining like kissing scenes with like actress like Julia Roberts and different things because he wanted to keep his blackness. He wanted to keep his, man, you Denzel Washington is a real in word, man.
Would get to him.
No. Like one of his interviews, he said, "Man, I'm from around the way, man." Because they was actually like, if you didn't get into acting, or if you didn't, once like what was your? He said, "Man, I'll probably be
Yeah, homeboy, they was robbing and everything. What changed it?
this and that."
I did his story too. On TikTok, I got a whole video about his story. Right, I forgot what changed it for him. It was some dude. I want to say like a like a dude that was into acting over theater or something like that, and that's how he got into that school for performing arts. It's something like that that changed because he was about to go to the pen. Hell yeah, Denzel for to go to jail.
High school because he's one of my not only my actor because I act a little bit too, but he's just a very iconic individual. Like he's somebody that I kind of like inspired after just growing up. He was just a very popular figure.
You never heard about him cheating on his wife, having no outside kids, nothing like if everybody was to say the relationship goes, it should have been Denzel and his wife. Like but everybody was looking at Beyonce and Jay-Z and Will and Jada and hell Jada, she was infatuated with Tupac. She never really wanted Will. He was just the backup. Ain't no way in hell. You when Tupac died, Will said she locked herself in a room for like 2 weeks, didn't come out, speak to the family, nothing. You would have took your ass on with Tupac. Fuck that. Ain't no way in hell you married to me and you fucked up about this dude that bad to where you can't even talk to me or your kids. I can't even think of it. I know what you're talking about because it was going around for a while. Like, and yeah, entangled. An entanglement. That's what it was. All right. Tupac was to her. He knew that he said when he would go around Tupac, he would be intimidated. And the type of person that Pac, well, we didn't know him personally, but what he appeared to be, if he saw Will intimidated, he finna go full on with that shit.
It was all a act.
The nigga was
I
in
seen my little
Baltimore.
video where he was like young, and I mean we young, but he was just like, man, yeah,
That this must be AI. That ain't the same Pop. Yeah, it was. Pop. It made you think, was he a little, yeah, little rainbow? I don't know.
it's a matter of fact, it's going around now. It's viral how this dude he was interviewing Pop, majority of the time and stuff. He was saying like, man, he was not like that at all. Like he said, man, it was all an act.
And I believe this is my opinion. And when I talked about this with some partners and shit, it kind of pissed them off. But I believe Pac was a plant. Pac was the one that was to issue in this gangster music, gangster rap. Everybody wanted to be a thug. Everybody wanted to be hard and a street nigga. But because before him, music was like political, especially rap. I feel like when he played Juice, he changed. He did. He never left Bishop. He never left Bishop. That was his problem. He forever stayed as Bishop.
And that's one of my favorite movies. You know
That was
what? Man? Seen that movie all the way through, like from beginning to end. I always, you know how they used to show them black movies on BET on. I just always, yeah, I catch it in the middle or the end, right at the end, or it's just.
if it was remade today, do you think it would be as big as it was back then?
I think it could, because that was that a John Singleton movie? I think it could be.
Or Boys in the Hood? Because Boys in the Hood is where Pac fell out with John Singleton, right? He was supposed to be in Boys in the Hood, but him or somebody, it was one of the movies he's supposed to be. Minister Society. I don't think he was a gangster, but he wasn't a punk. Now, I don't think he was gay.
Actually, they said him and Michael Jackson got to fight. You heard that story?
I heard that.
They
I heard
said
that.
Pop, and then this is true about a lot of people. They said he will fight, but he can't fight. I know a lot of people that will fight, but they can't fight.
Shit. But he'll fight. Yeah. I had a couple old boys I grew up with. They gonna get out there. They might not win, but they wasn't scary. Yeah, I think Pac was a plant. I think he was
And you
put
know,
there.
uh, like make a little bit of sense.
Bring rap to where it is now. Because before Pac, NWA was fuck the police and you know what I'm saying? Everything was like more political. Yeah. Then here come Pac, and then everybody wants Shorty wants to be a thug. And it never changed because then you brought 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? You had DMX, you had all them that was like him fall afterwards until Lil Wayne came and he changed and started wearing skinny jeans and Vans and shit. Rap ain't been the same. It ain't been the same since that nigga made Lollipop.
Do us like that. You was, you know what I'm saying, bro? You was perfect. Then you just flipped the whole script. At first, I'm just like, because he came out with the truck fit. Remember truck fit? I'm like, okay, bro. If you was a gangster, then you go on a skateboard and you banging red flag. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Y'all, whatever the story is, y'all paid to become Bloods. Y'all went out there and paid them so y'all could scream the blood shit. I don't know if that's true or whatever, but either way, you went from hollering y'all Bloods to you on a skateboard wearing a blouse with skinny jeans. I feel like Death Row Records put a batter in his back. Yeah, because before Death Row, he was making shit like Me Against the World. Brenda's Got a Baby. After Death Row is Hit 'Em Up. Me and my girlfriend talking about a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like Suge, they sent Suge to go get Pac. Putting Pac in prison was to shut him up from the political shit he was doing. And I believe when they let him out, that he come full out on Hit 'Em Up and you know what I'm saying, that type of shit. That was the whole plan. See, they knew Pac wasn't none of that shit. And if I throw him in prison, he already kind of scary. He ain't built for that. So we're gonna let him sit for a little bit, and then we get him out. We can control him. The problem was he got too big. They couldn't control him no more, and it became more of a lifestyle for him than an act. He forgot he was acting. That's what I think. I think Pac forgot. Shit, this really me now. I'm Bishop, nigga. Shit,
no, bro, you couldn't even.
couldn't shut him up.
But no,
Like
I think Porter just like if you get somebody like NBA YoungBoy, Chloe Bailey, that's gonna be everybody gonna be like, oh yeah, we're going to see that NBA YoungBoy in a movie. And you got Chloe Bailey playing Janet Jackson.
Who is Chloe Bailey? Let me think of who that is. That ain't the DDG chick, right? Haley. Okay, okay, okay. That's
And you
I
got
keep.
Chloe,
I just know Bailey.
Chloe the thick one. Chloe got them. She got them peaches on.
Kind of. Well, I ain't gonna say she looked like Janet, but she could play that role. She could play that role. I ain't never seen her act.
For sure. You had to do. Yeah, 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 yeah. She's been in like several TV shows.
I could see her playing that.
Yeah, I think people will come out to see that. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is, you just got to get NBA YoungBoy on board. Like, you got to get him.
And then movie money, that's different than rap money. I heard that he was planning to quit music and go straight to acting because he was supposed to play Independence Day. Oh, I didn't know that. I know I had heard he was okay, so he wasn't really quit, huh? No. I think he talking about Pop. He wasn't gonna quit, but he was finna start his own record label and combine with him and Biggie was finna join together. And he had been talking to Nas, he had been talking to all them niggas. All of them was finna come together and get on one record label. So Suge, Diddy, Jay Prince, all of them had came together and was finna form one record label to have all of their artists on one label. FBI got wind of it. Hell no, ain't happening. Pac ended up dead. Biggie ended up dead. Suge in jail. Diddy going through what he going through with Jay Prince, the only motherfucker that sit back and makes you think. Damn, that nigga, his shit cut off, I think. Think his phone cut off, but we was finna end it there anyway. But man, Dwayne, I appreciate you sticking with it through the show, man. You stay here. You got the number one badge for a reason. You definitely deserve it. I will be back here. What is today? Tuesday. The normal days usually Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but it's been a lot going on here lately, so we've been kind of switching it up. But I will try to be back. If not tomorrow, Thursday for sure. I'm thinking Tuesdays and Thursdays might be better for the Black Club. Going by the algorithm anyway. But turn on your notifications, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate you if you stuck with it this far. See you next time.